Welcome to Southern California, where summer is endless and the softball is premier. There is no better proving ground to show you belong at the highest level. Summertime, PGF, Irvine, crowning champions for 10 years. On an amazing day in Southern California, the Birmingham Bolts, who pull talented players from all over the South and hope to send them to the SEC, go toe-to-toe with the San Diego-based and beautifully clad Power Surge out of Southern California, the 10th anniversary of the PGF Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship. High above the Anna Manning Stadium at Bill Barber Park, these two teams go toe-to-toe. The 12U Premier Championship. Hi there, folks, and welcome back to the ballpark. Amanda Freed, Olympic gold medalist and national champion. I'm Darren Sutton. It's fun because we have a team from out of state that has established himself as a very strong team, and it's that Birmingham Bolt squad pulling young athletes from all over the South, and here they are yet again in a final.
Yeah, absolutely, and we see them here. It feels like they make it to the end nearly every season. It's fun to watch this group of athletes develop, ones that we might see at the following levels, that 14U, 16U, but this is really a defining year for these athletes when they're coming into their own, really independent ball players, and they are very talented, so it's going to be a good one.
And you took away kind of that next subject I wanted to get into. What will we see at this age group? What will we look for? And I think it's important to point out that, you know, you're knocking on the door of high school at this 12-year age group. You're thinking about playing more and more club, and even at the college level. With the new recruiting rules, you're not hearing from coaches like it used to be way down the line to the younger players. The lineup for the Bolts with Jasmine Green, Brantley Wortham, and Shelby McKenzie at the very top. Juliana Nieves, Madi Hubbard, Tia Titi, Hallie Meeks, Bree Hughes, Jaden Heavener, and Ashlyn Burns is the flex. She is in right field, and away we go. We're certainly glad to have you with us. Annalise Garcia, Peanut, as she prefers to be called, is in the circle. Rocking and rolling, and a first pitch that misses away. Glad to have you with us for the 12U National Championship.
Peanut.
Yes, Peanut.
When we talked to some of the parents about pronunciations, they said, I didn't even really know that was her name. She just likes to go by Peanut.
And Annalise fires that screwball home that misses outside. Pitch-wise, what do we know about her skill set?
Well, she's got a very nice rise ball curve, and she complements it with the changeup with some good velocity. She'll throw in the upper 50s, which is good for this 12U age.
Slapped down the line, and it's a foul ball. This is Jasmine Green. Green, a 24 grad, Notre Dame Academy in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And there defensively with Weldon, Duke, and Phelps. Cervantes, Carranza, Pate, Geiger, and Mushika working behind the plate. Very close to that home plate in the back of the batter's box, and takes a screwball that misses outside to Green. Green has her sights set as a 24, by the way, so still a little time to decide on LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, Washington. Those are some of her dream schools. And that's her game. That one drifts foul into the third base coach's box. Mark Brown is behind the plate. Deion Thompson at first. Dwayne Carter is at second. And Dale Gunter is the third base umpire. Our PGF umpiring crew. Premier Girls Fast Pitch. Best of the best, including our men and women in blue umpiring. Slightly open stance, chokes up a little bit more with 2 strikes, does Jasmine. And rolls it foul. No fun for pitchers to deal with hitters like this.
Now they're pesky. They're hard to get swinging and miss on. And so all they're trying to do is put it in play. A ton of speed by Jasmine Green, so she's not trying to do anything special. Just put the ball in the dirt and run.
Scott Burndes, 20 years as an experienced coach. You saw him a moment ago as that one is slapped foul, the head coach of this Power Surge team. Lydia Weldon, Addison Duke, Sophia Mujica. All get the guidance of that man. Elias Garcia, Art Mujica on the coaching staff as well. Boy, really swung around a player the other way. That one is high. Boy, great at bat. There were a couple of cuff pitches that she wasn't going to do anything with, but she just spoiled them. She truly earned this walk to Jasmine Green.
That's a good leadoff hitter there. See a lot of pitches. Let your teammates take a better look at Garcia in the circle.
Brantley Wortham is the third baseman. And she takes inside. Number 1 in that jersey. Out of Wedowee, Alabama, Randolph County High School, where she's a 24 grad. So cranking up 8th grade this year. Pushes that one foul up the first base line.
Love those aerial shots where you can take a look at the defense. Some of the communication and positioning that goes on. Those corners creeping up those lines.
And on 1-1, pops that bunt up. And so we'll do it again, a ball and 2 strikes to count. Brantley considers herself a player that can play anywhere, is comfortable with any sort of glove, and can help wherever she wants. Today, she's at third. She also prides herself right here in this situation. She was sharing with us that 2 strikes. Some shrink, I try to grow with 2 strikes. I'm not overwhelmed at all. They'll pitch her way away, and that one misses low. Boy, they started it away. Looked like they tried to turn over a screwball for a strike.
And Brantley's got a good approach, hands choked up on the barrel. She's looking to be aggressive, but she can also control the barrel head.
About a 3 flat home to first, pretty good speed. Runner on the move, throw down, Leighton covering and a stolen base. Tamara Carazza was over to cover that time. Jasmine Green uses that speed. And the Bolts have something going.
Aggressive on the base paths, nice jump. This throw looks on the money, but that's a tough play if you're Carranza over there trying to meet the ball and the runner at the same time.
Carranza walking it off. Green walking it off. Three and 2 the count. Takes a screwball that dives low. And it's ball 4. At the team-oriented bow at the end of that long braid. Behind the plate, by the way, Sofia Mujica. We all have remembered at the highest level in the big leagues. I think it was the Cincinnati Reds who went with the sleeveless uniforms. Mujica, same thing. Sun's out, guns out.
That's right.
It's a beautiful day. Why not? Get some sun on those arms. Love that look. High fly ball, well struck center field. Gone! Shelby McKenzie with a 3-run home run.
Well, you knew it was trouble right off the bat. This pitch is elevated, and you could just tell by the way Addison Duke turned her shoulder, sprinted toward the fence. You knew it had a chance, but the deepest part of the ballpark, Shelby McKenzie. I think this is the first home run we've seen in this PGF championship.
It is at all age groups, and it was a no-doubter to center fielder Addison Duke, who kept drifting back and just flat ran out of room. McKenzie with great softball in her family. Certainly mom, a great softballer, played at Alabama. And that one disappears. 220 is fencing out there, so having fun right away. And a change in the circle. Jessica Phelps, who was throwing earlier on the side. There were about 3 power surge pitchers warming up. So Annalise Garcia Peanut, for now, will step out of the circle. And Jessica Phelps will take this opportunity to go to work.
Phelps gives a pretty similar look to Peanut Garcia. Maybe a couple of miles an hour down. She'll throw mid to high 50s with a nice rise ball. She likes her curve and her changeup. But right now it's just about letting your defense work. Earlier in the inning, a couple of walks, and then that home run didn't really allow Garcia a chance to settle into this ball game.
0-1 the count to Juliana Nieves. Nieves, the DP. That one skips in there. When you ask Phelps about her scouting report, she echoes what Amanda just told you. She also, as we saw, plays in the outfield on the corner infield. Feels like her best pitches are the inside fastball, changeup, and rise ball. That's what she will say are her strengths. She turns that one over on the inner part. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Nieves. Out of Cape Coral, Florida, Gulf Middle School, a 24 grad. Nieves tracking the base, or the softball, I should say, very nicely. Just watching it sail in and off the plate. Those fences being 220 feet, estimated at about 230 in the first home run. Amanda confirmed the first of all the championships. That includes the All-American game.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's 12 and under division. Nothing surprises me.
Patiently earns the walk. So that's 3 walks in the inning. It was 2 walks and a homer, then a walk to follow. Maddie Hubbard now. When Hubbard flies home, she'll head to Hampton Cove, Alabama. Hampton Cove Middle School. And she'll be in 8th grade this year. Drops down a pretty bunt. Picked up in foul territory. Hands get thrown up, so we'll do it again. Maddie's dad is Dwayne. Mom is Hatuna Hubbard. Older sister is Nina, who is 15. She wanted to pass along to her dog is Piper. Piper Anastasia, a dog with a middle name. Blue tick, coonhound.
Interesting.
Hunting dog, outdoor dog. A snap throw into right field. So Nieves moves up.
That's a great idea. Nieves off the base, catches her off. Throw just a little off target.
Maddie's had a wonderful opportunity as she heads into 8th grade. As this is a good one too for an RBI. She is heading into year 2 of being a varsity softball player. Rules allow that in the state of Alabama. Earned a letter in 7th grade. Bunted, trickles, foul. Has to be an interesting interaction with your classmates that are in 7th grade. And the academic work is with them, and the fun is with them, and the sleepovers are with them. But then you're the starting second baseman with seniors in high school on a softball team.
It's a big age gap.
That speaks to her skill set.
Definitely.
Little roller, got it off the end of the bat. Aggressively taking that extra bag. Ava's just pretty comfortable with her baseball, softball, diamond sport IQ. She's played them both. And moves right on over to third.
She gets a good jump. Keeps those feet moving around. We're going to keep talking about that. As soon as the throw's made over to first, she's ready to take off to third.
Tia TT. Tia dead ball as she drops down that bunt. Got her in the box. Tia is short for Kishaina. Her given name, Kishaina TT. Lives in Oxford, Alabama. Will attend Oxford Middle School. Well, she'll move into 8th grade this year. Tia, fly ball, well struck center field, tracking and over the head of Duke, all the way to the wall. The Bolts, thunder and lightning with bats in their hands. A homer and now a double. Playing pepper with the wall out there.
The scouting report says she's got a ton of power. Tia, such beautiful, smooth hands. Nice connection over Duke's head in center field. She nearly tracks this one down. One extra step, a little more reach.
Graydon Haas with the bump out there as she heads out. Get comfortable to run the bases as a runner there. So Graydon will take her opportunity. And the third pitcher now, McKenna Geiger. Number 11, playing at first base, will move over into the circle. Geiger, who is due to bat cleanup once the team from San Diego, the Power Surge, gets their opportunity, will get a chance in the circle. Lewis Middle School in San Diego, California, the daughter of Glenn and Rima Geiger.
Now batting first baseman number 16.
Believes the straight one's her most consistent, the fastball. She believes in that more than anything, her power arm. Hallie Meeks in on the hands. Knocked down out there at short by Carranza. Everybody's safe, though. Meeks with a single.
The Bolts continue to be aggressive at the plate. This is a new pitcher, new look, first pitch swinging. A nice stop by Carranza at shortstop. That saves a run.
Meeks at Unity Middle School out of Fayetteville, Tennessee. Heading into 8th grade. Part of a 10U team that won a PGF National Championship a couple of years ago. This is Bree Hughes, and Bree Hughes takes outside. Hughes to shortstop. And it's short for Braylon Hughes. Out of Saraland, Alabama. 8th grader, Saraland Middle School. Daughter of Brandon and Ashley. That should play another run, move another runner into scoring position. And it's 5-0 Bolts here in the top of the first. Meeks moves to second.
And so many times in these championship games, that first inning's the toughest. You try to work through the nerves and get in the dugout as quick as possible. But the Bolts just laying it on heavy here in the top of the first.
So quick conversation here. Not quite sure. Coach, umpire, discreet. Coach turned and looked at the dugout. 3-1 the count. Good conversation. All right, guys. Maybe somebody had maybe a few teasing words or so. That'd be the only thing I would think, because I would never want to discourage fun and noise, ever. Maybe the umpire hearing something he didn't like. 3-2 the count. My goodness. Turned that one over. It was up, albeit up, but that screwball was completely tracking the whole time, Bree Hughes. Just hard to keep fair.
And she loves to turn. Look at the location of this pitch. Off the right hip. Startles herself. Almost puts it in the dugout, but she is a hard pull side hitter.
There you go.
Bouncing ball out toward third. Looks the runner back. Shoots it on across the diamond. Cervantes. Michelle gets a chance. Just trying to get some momentum. Get your team back in the dugout. Grab a run or two. Run or two at a time is all you need. Find the right arm. They have attempted the power surge to give a chance to 3 different pitchers. Jaden Heavener. Pretty over the outside corner. Jaden out of Pace, Florida, Sims Middle School. He's the baby of 3. Older sister Lauren is 28. Older brother Jacob, 23. I bet they're very proud as they check this one out. There's good speed in the genes. Her dad was a runner in college, 400-meter hurdles. I can't think of anything less fun than that. Change up, good take, very good take. That's a tantalizing pitch. Pretty good pitch.
Yeah, sells this really well. Just has too much movement on it. It's a great take, though.
The 2-1. Pulls that one to the right side. Got on top of it. What a way to start the ball game. From Birmingham, Alabama, Tia Titi had the double, and that was impressive. But with a couple of walks, it was Shelby McKenzie. 3-run bomb. First one. Five to nothing is the score. Weldon, Duke, Mushika, Geiger, Phillips, Carranza, Pate, Garcia, Sandoval. We'll tell you all about them as athletes and young women as they get their turn at bat. As we said, they're dealing with Shelby McKenzie. They'd love to peck away, maybe grab 1 or 2, get some confidence back. This team is not here by accident, and you don't find yourself journeying through a tournament like this amongst the best teams in the country in the final game, in the championship game, without having a roster full of talent.
Oh, definitely. But now you're up against Shelby McKenzie, who offensively last inning was the one that went yard to put a little cushion under her. So there's nothing like going out after hitting a home run and being able to pitch your ball game.
Change up, popped up. And the talented Lydia Weldon out of Oklahoma City travels out to play with the team out of San Diego, Farb Middle School. Dreams of going to Oklahoma someday. Hard to stay back on this pitch.
That's an off-speed pitch. It's a circled changeup up in the zone. Typically, you want to keep that ball down, but it serves a good purpose here. As Weldon comes up out of her stance.
Screwball dives down and away to Addison Duke. In the desert, Yuma, Arizona is where she makes her home. You hop on 8, that's not too far of a drive to San Diego. Committed parents, though. Castle Dome Middle School. She'd love to play for Mike Candrea and the Arizona Wildcats someday. Addison's dad is Clint, mom is Lisa. Her dad was a Wildcat, too. Bouncing ball. Had her defense perfectly, but the speed. She'll share with you that the speed is one of her strengths as well as her defense. The center fielder is on.
And this is exactly what Coach Kendrea loves to see also, that double hop, lots of speed. I know they got hard dirt at Hillebrand Stadium.
San Diego native Sofia Moshika. Tierra del Sol Middle School down in beautiful San Diego. She heads into 8th grade right away. In there, right away. First one in the dirt, down 5. How about you, Addison Duke? Oh, that's bold.
Well, she read this pitch. That wasn't a straight seal. She saw it in the dirt, saw it was an off speed, and this was an awfully close play. Nice tag. Throw right on the money.
Bouncing ball, center field. Come on down, using the speed. Throw comes home. Tag, not in time. This is what they needed. Get right back off the mat, throw a punch back. They've already got a run, just 1 out. Duke and her speed, incredible. And then Mushika, not trying to do too much.
Now right back up the middle. Nice piece of hitting early in the count. A nice casual flag around to go score home. This is a nice slide getting underneath the tag. It's hard to gun down that speed.
The daughter of Glenn and Rima Geiger is McKenna Geiger. We've seen her work in the circle already in this one. And she hopes to stay there for a couple of innings. One of 3 pitchers, part of that 5-run outburst for the team out of Birmingham, Alabama. Geiger's a San Diego native. And the count 1-1. Nice take on a changeup. Defense already put to work for this Bolts team. Evener, Green, Burns, Wortham, Hughes, Hubbard, Meeks. Tia Titi is the catcher with Shelby. The home run hitter, McKenzie.
Shelby McKenzie showing that off-speed pitch early and often.
Popped up right. Second out of the inning. Now Shelby works with her mom, and her mom Amy is the pitching coach on this team. Her mom Amy was at the University of Alabama back in the late 90s. Alabama in their first SEC championship. She was the winning pitcher in '98. And brother Jackson, baseball player, pitcher, first baseman, committed to Mississippi State. Matter of fact, it's all coming back to me now as that's rolled up the line. I had a chance in a weird twist of fate to be a part of a production where Jackson McKenzie hit a home run as well. Saw him at a perfect game event. His was an inside the park homer. Sister can tell him she got the wall. Jackson McKenzie, an outstanding baseball player. Took a while to put that together.
I saw when the light bulb went on.
Into left field, base hit. How impressive is this team out of San Diego? Runners on first and third, 2 out Thunder now.
Now batting shortstop number 5, Tamara Carranza.
And I love the responding. It's easy to get down after you give up a top half of the first inning like Power Surge did. The Bolts came out swinging, but now immediately responding, getting runners on base. Even if you don't plate 5 in this inning, getting 1 across, getting 2 across, but getting momentum offensively is huge.
Bouncing ball, backing up the shortstop, long throw, run scores. Hughes backed up, really had no chance, just wanted to keep it clean in front of her, and Carranza with an infield single and an RBI. Feels completely different 5-2. Feels completely different if you're the team that got punched early.
And once you see that this was going to take a second hop in the direction that Hughes was headed, deep in that hole, you knew it was going to be trouble. She does a good job of fielding it cleanly, plants. It's a strong throw. That's just a tough play.
Susanna Tate ready for that one. Beautiful Coronado, California. Small island by San Diego, the beautiful Coronado Bridge. That's how she gets home when she's on a ride with her family. Coronado Middle School. Throws her with that changeup. Throw behind the runner. Both runners move up.
I think the name of this game has been the run game. Last weekend, this weekend, aggressive base running, drawing throws.
Changeup up, induced the swing and a miss. Shelby McKenzie hit a 3-run homer to help her team. Got a couple of more. And the team out of San Diego bounced right back. The power surge. We've played one. We've seen 7 runs already. 12U national title game. The Bolts sent 9 to the plate. The Birmingham Thunderbolts, the power surge out of San Diego, they sent 7. And with those 16 batters in just 1 inning of work, we saw 7 runs scored. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, and our Premier Girls Fast Pitch production team for the PGF 12U Premier Division National Championship game. We'll let Jasmine Green start things. She walked, she stole a bag, she scored on that 3-run homer in the first inning. She takes outside. Her dad is Jaquan, her mom is Sarah. Dad, who goes by Quan, played Division II hoops. All-state basketball player in New Jersey, senior year of high school. If Geiger can do anything to help her team, and obviously she had her chance with a bat in her hands, drove a ball to right, it'd be to get her team right back in the dugout. And we're looking for the magical combo pitcher-wise, using 3 the power surge in that first inning.
Yeah, it was a tough first inning, but again, it's about the response. 5-2 after 1. That's a ton up on the board, but you can imagine the pitchers are going to start settling in, and this game could get a lot cleaner.
Is that you can imagine or you hope?
I both.
Okay. Couple of arms working still out there. But that one sails high.
And Green's really the type of athlete you want to keep off the bases. She's a triple threat at the plate. She just needs to put the ball a little bit in play to show off those wheels. But this is a big first out to get.
Took just a moment, and a moment, if that's all you take, can cost you with Jasmine Green and that great speed. This is Cervantes at third.
Speed like this is so difficult to defend. You either have to run through that and make a play on the run, which is risky, or you sit back, get the clean hop, and you just don't have enough time. So you really don't have very many options.
Brantley Wortham walked and scored back in the first inning. Pushes that one right side. Picked up in fair territory. Thrown away. Runners move up to second and third. That one had a chance of rolling foul. Just a last-minute decision being made here. And the Bolts look to take advantage. Let's see.
Well, it's really kind of an awkward play. There was no collision made, so it's a judgment call, but had contact been made, I think Brantley would have been out right there. Somebody would have run into her going for the ball, or if you would have thrown the ball towards first base and hit her in the field of play. But instead, you kind of play timid and you don't want to hit her. You force errors instead. And I know that's what the conversation is about.
You have the running lane. You have the inside part of the bag. Let's take one more look.
So Brantley just trying to avoid her ball, and she takes that awkward route into the field of play. She's in there the entire time. And it's a really tough call to reverse because there wasn't any contact made.
Tough call. You could see where it maybe could go the other way.
Yeah, I agree.
That was quite an effort to avoid. She headed almost towards the circle initially. Runners on second and third. And here is Shelby McKenzie. And they're going to put her on. That's what she did last time.
Because of that.
Designated player number 2, Juliana Nueves.
We've seen a lot of intentional walks today.
We have.
I want the pitchers to throw the ball. I wish we still went back to the 4 pitches, because as a pitcher, that's tough to do. You don't practice it anymore. That really, I don't know, that makes the game interesting.
Point well made. Executing something like an intentional walk. Juliana Nieves, the DP, with the bases loaded, takes up and away. Kennedy Stinson, by the way, Kennedy Stinson is the runner at first. Out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, Silverdale Baptist Academy. And Kennedy's speed, she hopes to come on down with nobody out and the bases full. In on the hands, on the line. They got a shot somewhere in and out. Yeah, there it is. You got Kennedy over there. Drifted off the bag a little too far. Spun around and kept looking and looking. Carranza, where do I go with this? Are there any outs? Oh, there's one.
And for a minute there, I thought this might have been short hop, but she gets her glove just underneath, checks all bases, and then the final one she takes a look at gives her that double play.
That's great. If at first you don't succeed to get that double play, I can see where, as Maddie Hubbard makes her shot, I can see where she might have thought initially, I'm looking for 2 outs in addition to my 1. That pitch dives low and inside to Hubbard. Hubbard rolled out right through the circle back in the first inning. Two and 0. Maddie Hubbard, Mariambi. Mariambi is her given name. Pretty pitch. It's the outside corner.
She looks ready. This is just a beautiful pitch right on the corner. Hubbard's really come on strong the last half of this season.
Outstanding student, award-winning in high school mathematics, studying up. National Junior Honor Society member. Bouncing ball, it's a foul ball. And the Huntsville Music Society, with regard to the skills of Maddie Hubbard, have rated her superior for her efforts on the piano.
Oh, wow.
So only so many hours in the day.
I'm thinking the same thing. The more things you do, the more it forces you to manage your time well, to fit everything in and do everything well.
I asked her, what are you going to be doing in 10 years? Have you thought about it? She says, yep. Finishing my master's degree after I've already won the Women's College World Series for my school.
There you go.
Line drive down. One. And his second run comes on down. Hubbard hung off at first base. She'll see if she can get in the run down. She is out at second base. But Monty Hubbard, great on the piano, great in the classroom, but then with the bat in her hands, does even more damage. There were 5 runs in the first. A couple of more here in this inning. 7 runs on the board, 7-2. Away we go here in Irvine, California, to the bottom half of the second inning. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, glad to have you joining us at the 12U Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship game, where pitching has been at a premium. Offense has been easy to find. And it started out with a 5-0 lead out of the gates. The team out of Birmingham, Alabama, in gold and purple, the Thunderbolts. Then the San Diego-based Power Surge right away scored 2, and let's see what they have here in the bottom of the second. Right off the end of the bat, rolled out Annalise Peanut Garcia, who, by the way, we thank her dad Elias, a 23-year Navy veteran. She rolls out to the left side. And here is Kaylee Sandoval. Kiki from El Cajon, Los Coches Middle School. Los Coches Creek. Kiki's a DP. Speed is her game. Defensive awareness and a really strong bunter.
Yeah, this defense knows it. They are way up. Look at
That's a
where
great
Wortham
shot.
is. Yeah, she's way up that line, not giving her anything. Kiki can fly. You got to field it and get rid of that ball quickly.
Rolls it out, plays it back. You got to hurry if you're not going to go get it, and she couldn't have gone to get it there. Monty Hubbard with a nice play, 4-3 on the ground out.
Number 99, Lydia Weldon.
Back to the top of the order. And Lydia Weldon. Maya Holt tossing in the pen. Changeup is high to Lydia Weldon. Great in the classroom, Lydia, 3.7 GPA. Bounces that one foul up the line. If you're an older folk like me, you may remember the great pitcher Randy Jones, baseball pitcher. He has a scholarship in his name for those that in the San Diego area give a lot back, take care of their business in the classroom. And Lydia recently earned that Randy Jones scholarship to help pay for all her travel ball expenses.
Nice. I think that's so smart. You know, we talk about the expenses and what it takes to do all the things you want to do, but there are a lot of people willing to give and looking for young, dedicated athletes to help out.
Bounce to third. Wortham puts her nose on it and shoots it on across. She made a couple of plays. Did Brantley this inning for her Birmingham team, the 12U PGF National Championship in beautiful Southern California. This game is fun. These fans are fun on the berms here in Irvine. Trying to get caught up with the Y and the M instead of the C and the A there. Love it. There he is. Trying to get mom. Come on, get out of your chair. Let's go. The Bolts with a big lead. Is Peanut back?
Peanut is back in the circle.
Good. Opportunity. She had a tough start to things. We were talking about her and her dad. Her sister plays as well. Her sister, Nalaya Nation Garcia, is committed. Plays for Breakers Labs. Committed to go to Cal State San Marcos. She's 17. talked about it, and this is a really real thing she spoke of. I mean, just genuine. She says, as far as her biggest challenge is, Peanut, biggest challenge, not having Dad around when he would deploy. All that time serving in the Navy.
Let's go, Tia!
That is something I think we all can understand without having true empathy, all of us that haven't been through it. All right. Annalise Garcia, Peanut, is ready to go. Tia Titi loads up that back leg and takes up the inside corner for strike one. Off the fingertips, an errant pitch as that one sails high.
This is a good opportunity for Peanut just to settle back in and forget about what happened that first inning. You see, she's got some good stuff, and really what plagued her was just those walks, the first couple of walks to the leadoff green and Worthen behind her, and then a home run, and she didn't really give herself an opportunity or show her best stuff.
Off the end of the bat, didn't square it up though. And Tia Titi of Samoan descent is the first out of this inning.
Number 16, Hallie Meeks.
Tia did something kind of charming for a younger athlete. Her mom is Osufitu is her name, and her dad is Uelesi. And I always ask the athletes, hey, share the age of your siblings. Please tell me how old your siblings are, because I'm curious, older, younger. She actually shared the name of her parents as well. I won't, because it's not Dad I'm worried about. I want to respect Mom there. But I kind of find that funny when they put down the age of their siblings. I'm sure the parents are like, I didn't want you to put down how old I was. Hallie Meeks takes a look at her weapon. That was a great shot of her looking up at the barrel of her bat. Hallie pops it up to the right side. Out in front of the dugout, running out of room over there. A little bit of a rotating door defensively. That puts Geiger back at first. She's moved around quite a bit. Been in the circle. Kind of a go-to for Mujica behind the plate. She'll set up off the plate, anticipating a screwball that she hopes hits the inside or outside corner, I should say. She really gives him something to look at. This is where I want you to start it.
Yeah, targets, visuals are key when you're a pitcher, and she is off the plate. So what this tells me is that's a bit of a miss over the plate. At least it's down in the zone.
On a line, run down out there. Tamara Carranza, the shortstop, got a great first step. Went back to that similar pitch, but it was down in the zone again.
Yeah, still trying to make the adjustment to get it a little bit further off the plate, but great positioning by Carranza at shortstop.
And here is Bree Hughes. Bree grounded out back in the first inning when she and 8 of her teammates grabbed the bat and went to work.
Come on, Bree.
1-1 the count. Thunderbolts out of Birmingham, Alabama, in the gold and purple uniforms. In the teal, out of San Diego, California, the Power Surge, with a few players from elsewhere around the country. Arizona, Oklahoma. And of course, for the Bolts, they will pull because parents are willing to commute from Atlanta, from Georgia. They'll pull from North Florida, bring some athletes up, and all over the state of Alabama.
Yeah, that happens everywhere. It happens in California. We just don't see it as much because there are so many teams. But we see it with the Chicago Bandits, Georgia Impact.
Oh, you're exactly right.
All those teams pull from a wide area.
Tampa Mustangs down on the west coast of Florida do the same thing.
Yep, Mojo, we'll be seeing them coming up later today.
Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee. 2-2 the count to Bree Hughes. Where would you like to play Sunday, Bree, as you get a little bit older? You're a 24. Washington, maybe? Auburn, LSU, those are some of the choices that she's intrigued by. Bree pops it up, looking into the sun as Pate sticks with it very nicely. And looky here, a couple of pitchers go back-to-back, clean inning of work, 7-2, 12U championship. Rally Dad, he threw the wig on, kind of did the metal band look. Rock going, yeah. There we go. He took a lap, by the way, around the entire section of parents, siblings. Moms, dads had their phones out. Love it. He's hiding under the hat now.
He's decommitting.
Yep, gotta hide under the hat. Can't let anyone know. Addison Duke singled and scored in the first inning. Love it. Shelby McKenzie. That one's over the outside corner. We're telling you about Shelby's brother Jackson, recently with a commitment to Mississippi State for baseball. He's a 23 grad, rolled out toward third, defensed perfectly. And you've got to with Duke, who can fly. Well, in the last inning, plus one out, we have seen Brantley Wortham be right on top of everything. She has 3 assists of the last 4 outs, the third baseman for that Birmingham team.
When we saw that defense pinched in really tight against Duke, there wasn't a whole lot of space for her to do anything.
One ball and one strike the count. So Sophia Mujica. Single, drove in a run and scored. An off-speed pitch drops in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count.
That's a great pitch to Mujica, whose coaches said she may be the best hitter in 12U. She's batted over 500 this season, 26 home runs.
Wow. And that kind of strength right there.
But she can do that, and that's what makes her dangerous. It's not necessarily about the long ball, it's that 500 batting average, meaning she puts the ball hard in play.
Number 11, McKenna Geiger.
Just muscles this ball through, gets the barrel to the ball, goes opposite field up the middle.
Bell tie, outside corner, strike 1 to McKenna Geiger. Geiger flied to right field back in the first inning. Has done some good work in the circle before moving back over to first base. Changeup left it up out over the plate. She serves that one into left field for a base hit. And you know what? She didn't wait around for that one. Went ahead and committed, drifted out a little bit, and said, I'm going to go get it while it's up. I'm not waiting for it to drop. Shelby will tell you, I didn't want this one here.
Yeah, look at the hands stay back, and it's elevated. That's how she's able to stay level. The hands are held high, and she just meets it with the barrel. Nice job putting it out into that left center field gap.
Offensive meeting, defensive meeting as well. Shelby's mom comes out to have a quick conversation with her. One time collegiate at the University of Alabama, winning pitcher in the 1998 SEC Championship. We were sharing that with you earlier if you're just joining us.
Jessica Phelps.
And here's Jessica Phelps. Hillside Middle School, Jessica Phelps, San Diego, California. Jumps ahead 1-0. High bouncing ball up the ladder to the bag, long throw. Wortham has been all over the place with the vacuum by her side. 2 assists, an inning ago. 2 more this inning, and a put-out to boot. Beautiful day for softball. Scott Berndes is the head coach of the Power Surge team, who have had an amazing run to arrive here. And Scott, thanks for hanging out. Congratulations in making it to this point with your team. I think what's most impressive about your squad is their comeback ability. Look, they didn't like what happened, nor did you in the first, but right back in the bottom half of those couple of runs, an offensive try in the third. How proud are you of your team? And they're going to keep pushing back. It's obvious.
Well, we're not. We didn't come this far to give up. We're going to battle. I think we got to get pitching. We got to throw strikes. That's the key. We can't. 3 walks scored.
Yeah, and that's really, kind of the name of the game. You went through the 3 pitchers in the first inning, but now you're back to Peanut in the circle. Talk a little bit about that decision, because we know we didn't see her best stuff in that top of the first inning. What do you like about her, and what adjustments are you looking for her to make?
Well, I think she needed to settle down. This is a great atmosphere here. All these people, and Amanda Freed's here. Geez, I'm nervous even talking to her. But, yeah, she's settling in. She's a great pitcher.
3 Power Surge teams with the berths to PGF National, the 10U, the 12U, and, of course, the 16U. How proud are you of your program from top to bottom?
I'm the president, and I'm very proud of us. I'm missing tryouts right now.
Okay.
And I'm hoping there's a big turnout with some stud players. Amanda, if you can get down there, that would help us.
Where's it at? Send me the location.
San Diego.
Hickman Fields, by the way.
You could live in San Diego. It's nice.
It's beautiful down there.
Hey, listen, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We've enjoyed watching your athletes.
Well, I hope we come back.
I think they all do. And we'll watch closely and pull for you as well.
All right. Thank you.
Head coach Scott Berndes, 20 years, 4 national titles, the president, as he said, of the organization. Elias Garcia, Art Mujica on his staff. Good stuff.
I don't think there's a better way to promote your club than to be on TV right now in this game. So the fact that you're missing tryouts for this, I think that's a pretty even trade-off.
It's big right there on their website. Tryouts yesterday and today. Peanut rears back and shoots that one right on by Heavener, who goes down on strike. So that's 4 in a row sat down.
Sometimes you just need to walk away and then come back and regroup and start fresh. And I think this is what we're seeing out of Peanut. She's throwing some really great pitches. Coach believes in her, obviously. She's back in this ball game.
Jasmine Green. DJ Jasmine Green has been fun and effective and all over the base paths with a walk and a stolen base. 2 runs scored. If I'm Peanut and if I'm Mujica behind the plate, I have nightmares about athletes like this one. Quick visit. Let's see what the conversation is about. Scott Berndes wanted to come out.
Let's go, Jazz.
He was recruiting you, Freed.
Hey.
Before we went on the air,
flattered.
folks, he asked Amanda how much 12U eligibility she had left.
I would love to get out there and fling it again.
How old is your daughter, Amanda?
5.
Does she throw it around at all?
Yes, she does. She's probably watched a little bit too much softball at her age, but she'll walk around the house doing a little pitching motion. I'm like, no, no, no. Go get that soccer ball. No. I'm not ready for it.
Yep, she's pulling you back in.
Let's go, B.
Now batting third baseman at number 1, Brantley Wortham.
Brantley Wortham. How about Brantley at third? If anyone deserved an opportunity to hit, swing it, and drive in a run with what she's done defensively, it's Brantley. In a fast sport where a majority outside of a handful of the power hitters have great speed, rare is the double play. And so to be a part of it with the longest of throws has got to be invigorating. And Brantley started one. And everything's got to come together. Runner on the move, looking to push. And it's Jasmine Green. Like I told you, those nightmares. Cold sweat thinking about her on the base pads.
It's true. And that's what's hard about your positioning, because you always have to think that she's going to be taken off, and you can't vacate your position until you see the balls cross the plate and you know there's no contact being made. And then you got to try to beat her over to second base.
Notre Dame Academy in Lawrenceville, Georgia is where Jasmine goes to school. Mile high, that should stick in here. And it does. Wortham is erased. Right back at you with a nice defensive play, as much as she's taken away. Mujika picked that one right out of the sun. Not an easy play. You got to find it quickly. The sun's high in the sky.
Yeah, find it, get under it, watch the spin, and then just stay focused.
Shelby McKenzie. Homered. And I mean no doubt homered back in the first inning. They're telling you about her brother, who is 1 year older and an outstanding baseball player, similar with regard to his power. But having witnessed one of her brother Jackson's home runs, Shelby's home run, different than the home run I witnessed for Jackson. I've only witnessed one. His was inside the park. This was not inside the park.
This was not. This was 220 outside the park. It's a gorgeous swing. Got to pitch up in the zone. Because of that, was intentionally walked her last at bat. It's worth another look. Front of the box. Just keeps the hands high and through.
Out there beyond the lift and the center field camera staging out there. This time, he just shoots it into left field. They're going to send the runner on around. Here comes DJ Jazzy Green to score easily. So McKenzie does what she did. I mean, leaned on one, and then just a beautiful soft hands approach the other way. Oh, what a pure hitter.
Very solid approach. Doesn't get too anxious. This pitch is off the plate outside. She lets it travel deep and then just finds the hole with a solid ground ball. She knows with the speed of Green at second base, you don't have to do much. Just put it out on the grass.
Well, you're not pulling that, right? I mean, you're not pulling it at that location. Let your hands do the work. And she waited forever. Kennedy Stinson is running. Seen Kennedy a couple of times already on the base paths today. Juliana Nieves. Pulled out towards short. On across the diamond. In time for the out. All sorts of fun. Offense, thunder, you would say, and lightning for the Thunderbolts. 8-2, they lead it. The pride of Oxford, Alabama. Andrew Burns has taken his team, the Thunderbolts, and brought them out with some thunder and lightning. My goodness, Andrew, to see what Shelby McKenzie has done. Let's just talk about her. Let's start there. The beautiful swing with the homer, and then the Rod Carew-like easy swing the other way with the base hit. Who is she as an athlete for you? How important is she to your team?
Oh, she's tremendous. Just all year she's been leading the team in average, but also has the power. So definitely been a key to our success as far as her being in the lineup.
And talk about her in the circle. I mean, she's not only led off this game with that home run, but now she's holding it down in the circle. What do you like about her out there?
Well, she's got good movement. She's also got good velocity, hits her spots, really works different pitches. It's just a smart pitcher.
Help us understand your program, what it stands for, some of the expectations for your athletes, because it's a proud program on a national level.
Well, it's the reason why we're here. I mean, we're fortunate that we have the Bolts organization that is really there for the players. They're not there as a business. They don't have a business model. They have a player development model. So, we're very fortunate that we're where we're at. The training, the name, the players that have become before them, because that's really what set us up, is the players that's worn their jersey before us. So, they're reaping the benefits of what other players have done before them.
You and Amy, Luke, Ace, Ashlyn, of course, on your team. Beautiful, wonderful family. Congratulations on taking it this far.
Thank you.
The head coach, Andrew Burns, and Jaquan Green on his staff, Amy McKenzie, who we've told you about, fame at Alabama in the circle, and Anthony Nieves from Cape Coral, Florida. There's Amy. His coaches doing sacrifice, certainly. They love this opportunity and working with the athletes. It's been fun to get to know all these coaches throughout the couple of weeks.
And so many of them have kids on the team that they're just following up, helping develop.
Oh.
There we go.
Carranza reaches with a base hit. Susanna Pate. One of the rare times, if you want, and you've talked about this, if you want to pitch with conviction and believe in every pitch, one of the rare times you can look your mom in the eye and tell her no is right there.
That's so true. I was thinking about that, watching that.
That's a great shot.
That's a great dynamic.
That's a fair ball. Down the line. Action for the power surge to get things started. Nearly cleaned that runner off base in an aggressive turn by Carranza. So important. She needs to stay on the bags.
That's a great job of putting this ball right over that third base bag. A strong throw behind Carranza. Almost gets her caught off the bag a little bit too far. I don't know if she's expecting that strong of a throw.
Get up, girls.
Runner trying to grab a base. Got in there. 4 words come to my mind if I'm coaching in that situation. You better be safe. Down 6. You had better be safe.
Oh, nice slide to avoid the tag. Over slides, gets a little bit too much momentum, a late slide.
Armed with all the possible pitfalls, you can't make foolish decisions in sports. But it's fun at this age group to see the fearlessness.
That's exactly what it is, I think. We've seen a lot of back picks, aggressive base running. It looks like there's mistakes being made, which is a good thing, but they're actually going to the advantage of the base runners.
Peanut rolls that one to the right side. Runners hung off now. There is trouble. In a rundown. Stumbling, heading back to third. That ball trickles away. That ball trickled away. Now heading home. The run will score for the power surge. One out, the ball pops out, safe for out. I mean, the ball is popped out again. Did they call? Everybody safe. Wow.
Follow. I don't even know where to start with this play.
I
A rundown, ball falls out. 2 runners on third base. They both scatter both directions. The run scores as this going on, and then the tag is made. It looks like the ball comes out as she's raising the glove, but it's a judgment call. It happens so quickly.
Yeah, we're 2 runners at the same time on one base simultaneously. They both went back and forth on and off that base.
No, so when this happens, you just tag both runners. Somebody's got to get off that bag. Tag them both. If you're the slower runner, step off and get tagged. But this is really smart to head back to second because it draws the play back that way.
Yeah, you just can't go past each other. That's the key. But you're right, they're kind of sitting as ducks right there on the pond to be outs, and that is an interesting play. 20-something years play-by-play. That one challenged me a little bit.
Number 20, Michelle Cervantes.
Hold on, one more conversation, one more thought here.
It's just a pinch runner.
It is. It's just a pinch runner. Presley Lynn Barazza. She and sister Lillian Barazza. Teammates on this team. Oh, number 70. She's out there. What a great number for a diminutive athlete. Royce City, Texas, where the Barazza girls are from. Knocked down. Scampering for the softball. Another run scores, and everybody's safe. Michelle Cervantes, who hit for Sandoval in that spot, drives in a run.
Gets it up the middle, draws a dive. That ball gets away, run scores. Runner safe on first and second.
Cervantes will give up the bag for a runner. Kaylee Sandoval, who comes back in. Lydia Weldon now. So Kiki runs out there. Cervantes with a beautiful piece of hitting out of Calvary Christian Academy, San Diego, California. That's a big moment for her. Into the dirt, you bet. We're going to take a shot. Out is the call. That's Leanne Barazza is out and trying to move up, trailing behind. Sandoval takes second.
I like the aggressive approach. It was just a little bit too late of a reaction. Ooh, that's tight. She goes head first. Looks like she just gets the foot.
It's a fair ball. Two very, very, very close plays back to back.
Now batting center fielder number 12, Addison Duke.
And now Addison Duke.
And gets out of the box really well, Weldon. This ball just on the line. Very close play. That was the right play, or the right call.
Yes.
And he slaps that one foul, gets back to the box. Gets ready to go to work. Older sister is Isabella. Younger brother is Colton. He's 9. a ton of club soccer. She's very active on the soccer pitch. Plays for a club soccer team, the Spartans in Yuma, Arizona. Loves basketball too. And now she's jumping in the deep end with regard to athletics, trying everything. And you've got to be talented and committed to do that, and that's what Addison Duke is. A roller, it's foul.
I think they're going to ask whether this was a bunt attempt or a slap. It was close, but a lot of times slapping, you're just trying to put the ball in play nice and easy, and the barrel was back until the last minute. It came through slowly, so it did look like it could have been a bunt attempt, but there was more of a punch to it.
One and two, the count. Addison rolls that one out to third. On across the diamond in time for the out. When we come back, we'll take a look back at these opening ceremonies of this amazing event with a legendary head coach, a Hall of Famer, Sue Enquist, in a moment. Opening ceremonies, incredible. 7,000 to 8,000 gathered, Huntington Beach Central Park. So many voices of leadership and legend, and then just flat fun. Food trucks everywhere. That's how this week started. Week number 2 of the 2019, the 10th anniversary of the Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship. From Finch to Enquist, as the legendary head coach joins us up here. Let me get that microphone cord. Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thanks for spending time with us. Give us a first-hand report on what that was like that night with those athletes, Sue.
My goodness, I've been a part of this tournament for an awful long time. I've never seen the level of energy, electricity. PGF has always done a great job of having legends and having great rock stars, but I've never seen so much electricity with the parents and the vendors. It was unlike anything I had been to in a really long time.
And I saw you there, and I was on the other end, and there were so many people that I wasn't even going to try to get to. Sorry. I could have yelled at you and it never hurt me. But talk about what you're doing now with One Softball and just giving information to the parents. I mean, the parents are there. They're hungry to be in these situations, but they need the information. Talk about One Softball and just what you're in it for the parents and the athletes for.
Well, One Softball really is an online community to bring together the best in class when it comes to technical information, character information, and path to college. Softball's a community sport. Parents are in this to the end, and we've got to do a better job of giving them objective and accurate information. I'm really amazed at what PGF is trying to do. They're continuing trying to push the envelope. They know that the parent needs to get all of the applicable information when they get into this youth sport experience, and technology is going to be a huge part of our renaissance. We're in a renaissance right now around technology, and PGF is really leading the way. They're going to start getting into smart technology, merging technology into live games. Parents are going to start receiving more information. Their coaches are going to be getting more information, and the game is going to grow. I get excited about what the future looks like.
All right, so I'm going to ask you two different parties before we cut you loose to go sprinkle this knowledge with everyone out here. It's first the athletes, and let's go with this age group, 12, 13 years old. What advice would you have for these players and then their parents?
First thing I want to say to parents is there's literally a 6-year developmental gap in age-based sports. So here we're 12 and unders. Parents look out there and they'll say, gosh, some of those kids look so big, some look so tiny. There's a 6-year developmental gap, meaning 12 and under, there's going to be literally a 15-year-old in there and a 9-year-old developmentally, right? So that's number one. Understand long-term athletic development. Number two, start asking smart questions as a parent. Start asking, what am I getting for this money? I need to get national standards on performance. I want to be able to know the path to college. Things that parents should be given so that parents can make good decisions. When you give parents all the information, they make great decisions regarding their child. No one knows their child better than the parents.
Tia TT pops that one up to the right side. Good effort there to run it down. I'll ask you this final question. Did you get a good surf in this morning?
Yeah, the swell kind of dropped down a little bit, but there is no such thing as a bad day in the water.
Sue, thank you.
Thank
we
you for
really
having me.
appreciate you coming back. We're going to dive back into this game. We're better when we talk to you.
Thanks so much, my friend. Take care
Sue
and have fun.
Enquist, one softball Hall of Fame coach, joining us, and we certainly appreciate her insights and the guidance that she go visit and that she provides for all of these great athletes. Love having her stop by with her insights, as that one is away.
I mean, how passionate is she? And this is somebody who grew the game as an athlete, as a coach at UCLA, and has now stepped away and is really in it for the athlete and the parents at this younger level. I think we're so lucky to have her on our side.
1-2 the count. That was your boss in college.
The big boss.
Taskmaster.
To say the least.
Into the catcher's mitt. How about mom as a coach? How about, you've already talked about look out with softball. This was a couple of years ago, right? This was a couple of years back.
Little Addie. Oh, gosh.
I remember you coming out when we were scouting.
Feels like yesterday.
She's looked at in the rearview mirror, huh?
She's 5.5.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Telling me that I'm wrong, and that doesn't make sense, Mom.
What?
My little sass.
Wait, that never happens. I'm thinking about that. No, that's never happened. One of my 4 girls.
Yeah.
I've been right every time.
Better start giving me some tips, because
Oh, you trust me. You don't want to talk to me.
she runs this household.
The 1-0. Popped up. Hard to find. And because of that, that play was difficult anyway up against the backstop. That's why we talked about it earlier. You never can take that play for granted. You've got a high sky, clouds up there. The ball can disappear into the clouds. And if you don't find it right away, no shot.
Yeah, you hear the crack of the bat, so you think, and then you just have to look for it and find the fence, and there's some room back behind the catcher. It helps when your teammates point right away, but that doesn't always serve the best purpose either because it happens so quickly.
Again, a high sky, not an easy chance. Over the shoulder. Hello, McKenna Geiger. That's a fine catch that you just made. Sue Enquist, the legend, the Hall of Famer, stopping by, checking out plays like this and spreading the love for the sport. Taking a peek high up above, a new circle tender. Maya Holt goes to work to protect her defense and keep that lead where it is. Hello, Maya. This is your chance to shine now. And that one dives down and in. Maya out of Wetumpka, Alabama. Wetumpka Middle School. She's heading into 8th grade. A couple of years ago in that national championship game, runner-up, starting pitcher for the Bolts. Pitched into the 9th inning of a tie game, international tiebreaker game. So she's got championship experience, and she shed some tears at the end of a tough loss as well.
There's a lot of emotion that goes into this game, and Holt coming in trying to close this out for her team.
High fly ball driven center field. Green is there, makes the play just shy of that wall.
And just missing under.
did.
Mujica goes deep center field. Green waving off Evener over there in left field.
Oh, beat it up, beat it up.
1-0 the count to McKenna Geiger. Maya working in that circle, can play anywhere, any position, wherever she is placed by the coach, but she loves to pitch. That one sails up and away. Started very young and worked very hard. Dad pushes her, she said. She's had some really strong pitching coaches. She said not everything's a strikeout, but that's why I have a defense behind me.
Smart. Use your defense. The strikeouts will come.
Maya gave a very transparent answer when I asked what she intended to study or what she wanted to do with her career. She gave an answer as I asked the 10Us, as that's hit hard out to third, and a fine play by Wortham. We talked about her for about 2 straight innings. They went away from her for a bit, and she's right back at it.
Jessica Phelps.
Just staying down. Look at that little hop in the step, making sure she's ready. Then the glove goes down to the dirt to field this ground ball. It rides low. She goes down, gets it up, throws a strike across the diamond for the out.
So she's got 7 assists.
I believe
out there at
it.
third. 7.
She's been worked out there.
And 2 putouts. She started a double play by stepping on the bag and caught a pop-up. 7 assists and 2 putouts. This one to the middle of the diamond, bobbled, unable to recover out there is Bree Hughes. So Jessica Phelps is on. Visit, quick conversation. Scott Burness will send some wheels out to run. Presley Ann Barazza. Anyway, to finish the thought on Maya, she said very clearly, I honestly haven't given it much thought of what I want to be when I, quote, grow up, she said. But if I had to say so, I guess sports medicine, but not really locked into anything yet.
Which is natural,
Very,
Maya.
very
Take
Maya.
your time.
She's never made a B in the classroom, though, so she's off to a good start.
You have more options then.
Junior Beta Club member. And by the way, that's not all season D's. I want to be clear. That means
The upper end.
Right.
I got it.
And some of you out there raised your hand that were watching on TV. Go, me too. I never made a B. It was a lot of 68s to 74s for me. That's not what I meant. Popped up right side. Maddie Hubbard puts that one away. 8-4 is our score. This is the 12U Premier Division PGF Championship. On a beautiful day in Southern California, Olympian and All-American national champion Amanda Freed. My name is Darren Sutton. Glad to have you with us. With the Birmingham Thunderbolts at this point leading by a score of 8-4 over the San Diego-based Power Surge program in the 12U Premier Division National Championship game. You can see them from high in the sky, those turquoise uniforms, the Power Surge. The gold and the purple. The team out of the deep south in Birmingham, Alabama. We did a lot of flying around right there. It was fun. 16 hits between these two teams. It has not been a pitcher's day to dominate.
No, it has not. It's been fun on the base paths. A lot of action. Some great defensive play.
For the score. By the way, the president and CEO of Premier Girls Fast Pitch, Dan Hayes, stopped by on a time to celebrate what has been 2 amazing weeks of families, athletes, and college coaches It's not with melancholy that you get to this day. Everyone's worked very hard and it has a much-deserved rest. I'm sure it's with celebration that you see the families and their athletes say thank you to you guys for all your hard work.
It definitely is a celebration. It's day number 17 of 17, so we're pretty tired, and we're glad that everybody who came into town enjoyed themselves and had a life-changing experience.
Yeah, had a life-changing experience from 10U, which you have moved to television, this 12U, the 12U Platinum game, amazing. There's been great softball. It seems to be with events like yours and the challenge that you've laid out, the platform you've provided, that these clubs around the country have answered the challenge.
Yeah. There's a lot of softball and there's a lot of alphabets in this sport, but to come play at Premier Girls Fast Pitch, the PGF National Championships every year, it is known if you win this tournament, you are the #1 team in the country, and they work very hard to get here. It's quite a journey, for a lot of these teams.
A couple of base runners and a lead runner erased out there on the base paths. We get back to the top of the order in Jasmine Green. Team like the Bolts, a great example. A couple of years ago, they made a commitment to grow. And now they like the Chicago Bandits out of Chicago, are a program, or I should say the Beverly Bandits out of the south side of Chicago. These are a couple of the programs, and I'm just, there's Tampa, there's teams from everywhere. But this is a nationwide event now, Dan.
Yeah, and Richard Shea, who started the Bolts and owns the organization, he's the owner of Morris Shea Bridge Builders. I've been back to his facility back in Birmingham, and it is top of the line, first-class facility. These kids have everything they need to succeed on every level.
Sue Enquist came in, stopped by a moment ago. She talked about the merging of, video, technology, the next level, making all of those pieces of information available to coaches and families. We're just on the very beginnings of what this can be, correct, for PGF?
Yeah, because it's a real challenge for all of us. Everybody's got a pretty good idea what they want to see, but there isn't a lot of people that actually do it. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have a lot of people to draw on. There's certain people that specialize in different areas. So we've got to try to piece all that together and try to bring a good product to the parents.
I think what you've definitely brought to the parents and the athletes is the experience piece. And we talked to Sue also about opening ceremonies and how many people were there.
But a rundown gets the lead runner at third. Jasmine trickles in. Continue your thought,
Amanda. But how important is that part? Because PGF has really put together, like you said, the product that brings the athletes here, the families here, and it was very evident in opening ceremonies how excited, especially this age group, was to be out here.
Well, I was just talking to a gentleman before I walked in the booth, and he was talking about the same type of subject, and I said, our goal has always been that the minute these parents get on their plane and go home, they can't wait to come back here again next year. And he said, well, you definitely have accomplished that.
Well, we feel that way. It's all sorts of fun. Every team knows that when they sign up, they're taking, and you're taking a part of what could be the groups and giving back to the company, and instead $100 out of every single entry goes to the John Wayne Cancer Institute.
Yeah, they're a organization that is very dear to our hearts, and we've raised a lot of money for them. We're a little under $450,000 over the last 7 years, and this year we're making a donation of $85,000. In fact, the donation has already been made.
Congratulations on that. That's great stuff. That's a beautiful swing. As Brantley, who has been such a great third baseman, pitches in a big ninth run. We've seen some power, Amanda, and Dan, either one of you take this. We've seen some power from this Birmingham team, Dan, that's been a little bit above their age group.
Well, I tell you, that home run had me earlier in the first inning, jumping up and down in the booth because we hadn't seen one all week.
Yeah, you're right.
We have these fences at 220 here, and we try to get them moved in. We were not having much luck with the city this year to get them moved into the 210 or 200 mark, but to have a 12 and under kid launch at 230, it was really fun to watch.
There she is right now.
I know.
Shelby McKenzie. Shelby McKenzie. We've honored for the last couple of weeks the impact of Mark Campbell at Pacifica High School, and obviously with the Bat Busters, law enforcement, tragically losing his life earlier. And a lot of people have celebrated his life over these last 2 weeks. A dear friend of yours.
Absolutely. I've been a longtime friend of mine, and a longtime friend of many of us here in Southern California, and he is just a legend. And And it's been 6 months since he's passed, but we're supporting his family, and he'll never be forgotten.
Dan, thank you very much for sharing that, and we certainly honor him with the energy of these young athletes. Coach Mark Campbell would have been enjoying this. He would have been down there grinding in the dugouts today. I'm going to, Amanda Freed, let you do this on the fly. We have Shelby McKenzie with a power home run earlier. And this is her brother, Jackson McKenzie. You take it. Take a peek.
Look at that. Nice split screen. Okay, we got McKenzie. Well, we know she's got power.
Not a dramatic difference, huh?
No, cut from the same DNA, I think.
That's great stuff.
That was a great shot.
Good stuff, guys. Thanks for digging in on that. Jackson McKenzie had a perfect game showcase earlier in 2019, or maybe late 2018. Not quite sure if I remember exactly when. That was in Fort Myers, Florida, this home run. And his was an inside the park home run. He is a commit to go to Mississippi State. A little tidbit there. Did you folks notice a little social media shareable tidbit? You want to guess what it was that Dan dropped in there? The one little tidbit. Trying to have the fences moved in.
Oh, I know.
Oh, boy. Share that out there on social media. Share it. Dan's trying to get the fences moved in. Pitchers beware. More homers next year.
He wants more bombs.
I love it. If you just listen, there'll be one good tidbit. All the other stuff is great, especially honoring Mark Campbell and the honesty and the transparency. Popped up to the right side. Starting to feel things a little bit if you're the Bolts. You're 5 outs away from a national championship. Susanna Pate and her mates are edging ever so close to running out of opportunities. Peanut Garcia takes a strike right down the middle. Singled back in the 4th inning, has settled in the circle. Play made by a young man down below to get a souvenir.
Good hands.
And we had a moment last night where a dad ended up making a play like that and just threw the ball back. Look at this. Come on. And he didn't drop his $900 phone either. I'm sure Dad excited about that. Look at that. He's got the eye black.
He is prepared.
He's going to tweet about it right now. I think Dad took the phone back. That's it for you running around making defensive plays with my smartphone. 2-2 the count. Little roller out towards short. Sunday hop. Bree Hughes turns it into an out. A 6-3 ground out, 4 outs away now.
Now batting number 36, Andrea De La Trinidad.
These drop ball pitchers, Maya Holt doing a good job using her drop ball, using her off speed, inducing ground balls, letting her defense work. She's got a good one behind her.
Andrea De La Trinidad. Quick moment of reflection and prayer before she takes her opportunity. Athletes from Tennessee are waiting to take their place next. De La Trinidad. Ranked Wright Middle School, Imperial, Alabama. After graduating college, she would love to be a veterinarian someday. Spread her passion to animals.
Work it, girl, work it.
Heading into 8th grade, De La dives low. 2-1 the count. This Thunderbolts program founded back in 2005. To grow the sport locally, to take it nationally. On the ground, how about that? It's your first chance to swing the bat and have a base hit and a memory. That's great.
Now batting left fielder number 99, Lydia Wilden.
Just a good at-bat coming in this pitch hitting situation. All you're asked to do is go up and have a quality at-bat, see a lot of pitches, and put a good swing on. She does that and gets herself on base.
Back to the screen. We'll do it again. High fly ball center field. Hangs up very nicely for Jasmine Green. Maya Holt looking to take her team to the finish line. And if she can do so successfully, it's trophy time and a national title at the PGF 12U National Championship. Through the years at the 12U Championship game, SoCal Athletics, before Athletics Mercado were formed in 2014. OC Batbusters, Tony Mascarenas coaching that team. Sudden Impact. They had their fun in 2016 at the 12U level. Diamond Sports, Hot Shot Gold. I remember this celebration. One for the ages. And then a team that we're going to see make a run at it. 1 year later, they're back at the 14U age group. Many of them have moved up, and they want to do it again. Tennessee Mojo. Through the years, what are we expecting out of the 12U softball player at the elite level? What are some of the things that maybe start to develop where we might not see it at the 10U level?
Well, I think it's just, like Sue mentioned, that age gap. You see some athletes that haven't yet reached their full potential and some that are pretty well into maturity in the game.
Well, you don't know where to start with an effort like that. Incredible effort, but a beautiful swing and a base hit.
Like, that's elite level play at the 12U level. That's a player who's on her way to a high level of development, willing to lay it out, make good play like that. I think if you want to know what a top level 12U player looks like, you just take a look at this game. And we've seen offensively on both sides the way that they swing the bat. And then these defensive plays, I'm just so impressed with the defense.
You know what we saw at the 14U Platinum level, which is supposedly maybe a step below, it didn't matter. Indiana Langford. This is 14U Batbusters. This is an athlete that's not committed because she can't be yet. I mean, she put on a show for that Batbusters team that eventually won it all. And again, right out of the highlight, a play like that. Right out of the highlight, Michelle Cervantes says, uh-oh, hold on now. I want some airtime. I mean, nothing can go wrong in this play.
Well, it's the communication, it's understanding your positioning, what your role is. Look at how far she had to go to get that ball, because that is her play. She has priority over that. Her momentum's going towards first base, but she's convicted in it and makes a nice play.
Maddie Hubbard, who singled in a pair back in the second inning, dropped that one down. Tia Titi. Tia pops that one up left side and out of play.
Hands above the ball, hands above the ball.
1-1 the count, 1 away. Garcia skips that one in there. The hurler, Peanut, making her way into 7th grade at Rancho Del Rey Middle School in Chula Vista, California, which is just south of San Diego. Went up and got it. Lifted to left field and over the head of the left fielder, Weldon. Tia with some pure strength there, fooled even Weldon. It's more power, it's more strength, and it's another run. And it's 10-4 Bolts.
Doing all the right moves over there at second base. Goes up and gets this. Freezes Weldon in left field for just a second. Not able to get the feet turned. And that's over her head. Picks it up, gets it in. But another run scores for the Bolts.
Graydon Haas is running out there.
Now batting number 25, Maya Holt.
And Maya Holt, who has settled things so nicely in the circle. Graydon Haas out of Fort Payne, Alabama, is going to be a 7th grader, runs. And here's Maya. Maya hits it hard, but up the line and foul. Way to hack. We hear a voice from the stands. It makes me wonder, there is a gentleman who has watched a majority of this game from his seat. He's kind of standing what would be on the first base side over Maya's shoulder. He was sitting a majority of the game until Maya came into the circle. Now that gentleman has not sat down. I haven't confirmed it, but I'm wondering if that's Steven. Maybe, maybe not. But I just know there's a lot of anxiousness there. There's been a lot of movement. And he has been allowed to move in front of those that are parents on his team. Maybe accidentally blocking their view, but there's a respect if that's a dad. That's all I'm saying. That's great. When she pitches, he stands. When she hits, he stands. The 1-1. She belted that one. Deep left field. Down the line. Foul ball. Foul ball. At extra bases.
Just misses foul about a foot. The reaction just missed.
Again, we have confirmed nothing. It's so quiet now. I should almost just holler down there. I should holler down there. Hang on. Oh, that is Dad. Okay, yeah, that's Dad. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, that's him. Just holler down there. Yep, yep. Yeah, just wanted to make sure. Yep. Yeah, I gave a little holler. Yeah.
At least he's laughing.
I'm gonna end. By the way, there will be an invoice for a sideline reporter right there. I'm just gonna add to my invoice. Let me scribble that down. Sorry, that was pretty casual, but had to find that out. Thought we were right on it. It got so quiet. 1-2 the count. Bouncing ball, foul ball. He was just very comfortable before, that's all. And he's the furthest thing from comfortable now.
We should put a fitness tracker on some of these parents up in the stands. for the heart rate and their steps.
There was a championship game earlier in this event. On the first base side of the dugout, there's a chain link fence, and it was just dads all lined up. Glad the chain link fence was there. They might just race over the dugout onto the field. Into the catcher's mitt it goes. Words of encouragement from Dad. That's all right. Stephen Holt, Dad down there. Nicole is mom.
Now batting.
Michaela, older sister.
Number 21,
Chancellor,
Bree Hughes.
younger sibling.
That
And
was
Bree
a
Hughes.
Nice pitch.
It's a
nice
beautiful
at-bat.
curveball, huh?
Beautiful curveball.
Yeah, Peanut's got a bright future. And we promise we're not getting too casual with the nicknames or overusing it. Most of her teammates and also all the families and parents didn't even know what her real name was. They thought that was her name as she works in the circle. She is Annalise. I'm guessing she gets Annalise. We have a full, there's a lot going on there. By the way, there was a discussion about the rights. He understands this is just gathering. Just gathering. I have to give him a lot of credit. He asked everyone here to make sure he was okay. Respecting the process. Pops that bunt up. We'll peek in on, yeah, he's settled down now. We'll see what happens when Maya goes back out to the circle.
He's got to take a break. Is this next half inning? It's really going to get him going.
Pelted toward the gap in left center field, and it's down. Bree Hughes hustling into second, and another run scores. It's 11-4 Bolts.
Now batting left fielder 00, Jaden Heavener.
Jaden Heavener now.
But this location was down in the zone. That was knees and below. The barrel drops down. Look at the spot of this pitch. The only problem is it's a little bit too much over the plate. You could see where Mujica is setting up outside. That ball comes back over the plate.
Quick conversation. Heavener gets a chance now to add on. And then the moment turns pretty quickly to those 3 outs. High fly ball, well struck, deep right field toward the wall, up against it. Heavener looking at third, heading toward that bag. A slide, triple. Jaden Heavener with the 3-bagger. It is 12-4.
Oh, Heavener goes upstairs. Look at this pitch. His chest high, keeps her hands high. And the barrel level. It almost looked like it might have potential to leave the ballpark, but she's just on the bottom half of the ball. Wheels it all the way around to third base. Gets herself an RBI in the process.
And we saw her work earlier in the game. Jessica Phelps will go to work. Pulls that arrow out of that quiver. She'll deal with Jasmine Green, who has been in the mix all day long. Amanda Freed, Darren Sutton, the Power Surge out of San Diego, the Bolts out of Birmingham, Alabama. The 10th anniversary of the Premier Girls Fast Pitch National Championship. And as Dan Hay, the founder, president, CEO, one of the founders of this great organization, made it clear, you win this, though there are some certainly other tournaments around the country, you're considered a true national champion. Championship comes through Southern California. But that doesn't mean you can't come from Alabama and take that trophy back.
It's very true. You've seen it happen.
Batting center fielder number 5, Jasmine Green.
Jasmine Green has to serve that one the other way. Weldon on top of it. Good effort there. All-time record holder on the track in the 100 and the 200 at Notre Dame Academy Track and Field. As a matter of fact, her middle school numbers set records at both her schools, middle school and high school, all-time at the 100 and 200.
And a nice pitch just off the outside part of the plate.
And here's the interesting thing about Jasmine using her speed and being able to come from that left side of the box. She's just 2 years removed from being a right-handed hitter. She made the change, decided to take advantage of her speed. That is a very tough thing to do. She was a natural right-handed hitter. Yes, a natural right-handed hitter, and opted to make this change because of things like this. Watch your run. That's why you make that change. Just instant rewards.
And this is just all about hand-eye coordination, putting the ball in play, barrel control, and then eventually as you develop your game, you get into more of the power hitting, you take that part to the next level, like a Natasha Watley who slapped through her entire career until she got to UCLA, started opening up, swinging.
Well, she looks to LSU slapper Aaliyah Andrews. That's one of her idols. And she watches how she does what she does. Natasha's a great example. Her slapping hitting instructor is Sarita Brooks. May as well mention her name because Sarita's work is coming through with Jasmine on a national scale today. 1-1 the count. Brantley Wortham. Been on base several times today, scored a couple of runs, and has played a fabulous third base.
Hey, battle him, B. Battle him, B.
Mom is Robin, dad is Jonathan. At home with Brantley. 2 brothers and a sister. Brantley fly ball center field, well struck. Over the head of Duke, all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Another, it's yet another extra base hit. Got a triple, we've got a double, we've got another double, this time with a pair of RBIs, and it's 14-4. What's impressive? I mean, just impressive with regard to the power.
It really is, especially at this age level. And I know I keep saying it, but I'm so impressed with the skill and doing the little things well. This is consistency at the plate. This Bolts lineup, 1 through 9, has been consistently putting the ball in play solid.
Shelby McKenzie, fly ball shallow center. Diving attempt, did she hold on? She did. Fabulous play by Addison Duke, who had been in a track meet out there in center field all inning long. Those legs were fresh, and she made a nice grab to end the inning. 3 outs away from a title. Tip of the cap, tip of the visor in this case, to a play like that. All right, how do you have fun when you're glad your sister's in the game, but quite frankly, like, that's great, she's my sister, I'll watch some. How do you have the most fun? You get together and you get the quilt and you do some teamwork out there. You kind of don't have a choice sometimes, though. You're just kind of thrown on the blanket.
Dad squad. I like that shirt.
Now, we confirmed that that's Dad. We have not confirmed that that's Mom. We haven't been able to confirm that. If it gets quiet again, I'll holler out Mom's name. Maybe go with the Mrs. Be a little more respectful. Kind of just the first name. That's a little out of my purview. My father wouldn't be proud of that, just saying the first name. Either way, all eyes on Maya Holt. As Maya Holt tries to take her team to the finish line.
It's so exciting to be in the circle if this game holds like this.
And if that is Mom, that's Mrs. Holt, Nicole. If it is. Yeah, maybe I should yell down. It's got to be quiet, though. 1-1 the count. I don't know.
Do it mid-pitch.
Mid-pitch? No, I don't think I will. Either way, there's a lot of support and love right there in that front row. It's being confirmed with me that that is Nicole. Nicole? Okay. That's Nicole. Good. We have a confirmation. Yep, there we go. That's good. That's another invoice as a sideline reporter. 2-2 the count. Dan Hay won't bring us back now next year. That's wonderful, right? I mean, that's so cool. Front row, really proud, anxious.
Yet Maya is just sailing smooth.
Loud. And why wouldn't it be Brantley Wortham? Why wouldn't it be?
She's so steady, and she's up the line in close. This ball's hit well. Right at Wortham at third base. Let's show off that defense one more time.
That's her third putout to go along with 7 assists. You know, you get up in the morning as Mushika takes strike one, you eat your breakfast, you think, okay, I hope I get an opportunity to help today. Little did you know that you would have a magnet to the softball. Not only that, Amanda, but you'd make all the plays. That's fun.
That is fun. They're just really enjoying this. You could tell once this Bolts team came out at the top of the first inning, just having a good time.
Holt gets a swing and a miss. Oh, and 2 the count.
Finish up strong.
Their quick word of encouragement, back to work. Bouncing ball out towards short, sharing the wealth on the infield with her shortstop. Wortham looks over as Bree Hughes makes the play. 1 out away from a championship.
Good job putting it in play just over the top a bit. Great decision by Hughes at shortstop to take that on the long hop because she knows the type of arm she has and gets that out.
Blowing up her phone, everyone's watching. Oh, and 1 the count. McKenna Geiger's had a good afternoon. Worked in the circle some. Played nice defense. And the count is 0-2.
Hey, talk to him till you get him up, babe.
0-2 got her. And the Birmingham Bolts Bolts are the 2019 12U PGF champions. At the Premier Division, the Bolts win it all. What a great shot that was, if you noticed it. Maya Holt got pulled up. She was crying. She is crying as well.
Yeah, such a great journey for this Bolts team and a big win for the organization. They were here a couple years ago at the 10U division, winning here now a national championship, 12U Premier PGF championship. They were fun to watch. 14 runs on 15 hits. An incredible performance by both pitchers in the circle, Shelby McKenzie and Maya Holt, combining to get this win. And you could just see the joy on their faces. And you got to tip your cap also to Power Surge, who fought through to get to this game, put up a great showing. But today it comes out in favor of the Bolts.
If I'm not mistaken, that may be younger brother Chancellor, who just came down and joined the family. He wasn't with them, of Maya Holt. And you brought up a great point. Maya was on the losing side. She understood what it was like to have those tears of pain, of sadness. This time, those are tears of joy.
And it's all a part of the process. That's what's so cool about this sport. And you get a taste of what it feels like to be out there on the field in these national championship type games, and you want to be back, and you work hard at your craft. You work hard as a team like these Bolts do.
Hey, Chancellor, we're not going to let you off the hook, too. Again, I can't confirm, but he came right down and had a hug from Mom and Dad. Celebrating a family affair. Brothers, sisters, these are all sisters together down below. And we'll bid you adieu from Southern California. Congratulations to the Birmingham Bolts. On behalf of our production team, with our producer, director, John Walsh, and all of our talented PGF crew, Olympic gold medalist and amazing analyst Amanda Freed, and everyone with Premier Girls Fast Pitch, my name is Darian Sutton. Congratulations to the Bolts, the 2019 12U Premier National Champs. Until next time, we'll see all of you at the ballpark and celebrate this sport like they just did.